2026 Missouri DMV Air Brakes Class B Test 225 Questions and Complete Answers. Question 1. Air brakes use blank to function. Option A, compressed air. Option B, liquid air. Option C, nitrogen. The correct answer is option A, compressed air. Explanation: air brakes function through the use of compressed air. Question 2. The two markings on a front brake limiting valve usually read: Option A, normal and slippery. Option B, low and high. Option C, left and right. The correct answer is option A, normal and slippery. Explanation: some vehicles with air brake systems manufactured before 1975 have a front brake limiting valve with normal and slippery settings. Question 3. A slack adjuster should move no more than blank from where it is attached to the push rod. Option A, 2 inches. Option B, 5 inches. Option C, 1 inch. The correct answer is option C, 1 inch. Explanation: before a trip, you should check each slack adjuster after parking, setting wheel chocks, and disengaging the parking brake. Pull the slack adjusters to make sure that they do not move more than about 1 inch from where the push rod is attached. If they move more than 1 inch, they may be out of adjustment and will need to be fixed. Question 4. When experiencing cold weather, be sure to check your vehicle's alcohol evaporator. Option A, every 3 hours. Option B, every day. Option C, every other week. The correct answer is option B, every day. Explanation: an alcohol evaporator can help prevent ice from building up in an air brake system. In cold weather, the evaporator should be checked and refilled every day. Question 5. When parking, you should not use the parking brake if: Option A, the brakes are very hot. Option B, the brakes are very cold. Option C, there is snow on the ground. The correct answer is option A, the brakes are very hot. Explanation: if your brakes are hot after coming down a steep grade, you should not use your parking brake when parking. Let your brakes cool before applying the parking brake or risk damaging the brakes. Question 6. The leakage rate for a triple combination vehicle with air brakes should be no more than blank in 1 minute during a static leakage test. Option A, 8 psi. Option B, 5 psi. Option C, 3 psi. The correct answer is option B, 5 psi. Explanation: when performing a static leakage test on a triple combination vehicle with air brakes, the leakage rate should be no more than 5 psi in 1 minute. If the air leaks from the air brake system at a quicker rate, the vehicle should not be driven because something likely needs to be repaired. Question 7. Air tank drains should: Option A, only be used by mechanics. Option B, only be used when it is wet outside. Option C, be used to drain the tanks completely. The correct answer is option C, be used to drain the tanks completely. Explanation: in an air brake system, air tank drains are used to remove water and compressor oil from the air tanks. When operating the drain, be sure to drain the tank completely. Question 8. Why should you regularly drain the air tanks? Option A, because the air gets old and needs to be replaced. Option B, because compressed air contains some water and the water collects in the tanks. Option C, to allow for change in pressure. The correct answer is option B, because compressed air contains some water and the water collects in the tanks. Explanation: compressed air usually contains a certain amount of moisture and compressor oil, which can build up in the air storage tanks and damage the brake system. The tanks should be drained to clean out these accumulations. On a tank with a manual drain valve, draining should be performed at the end of each day of driving. Question 9. Having ABS on only one axle. Option A, can be dangerous. Option B, still allows you additional control when braking. Option C, slows the vehicle, but cannot stop it. The correct answer is option B, still allows you additional control when braking. Explanation: if you have an anti-lock braking system ABS equipped on only the tractor, only the trailer, or only one axle, you will still have more control over the vehicle when braking than you would without ABS. You should brake normally. Question 10. A blank allows a driver to gradually apply spring brakes. Option A, modulating control valve. Option B, trailer air supply control. Option C, relay valve. The correct answer is option A, modulating control valve. Explanation: a modulating control valve allows a driver to gradually apply spring brakes. In equipped vehicles, the valve is controlled by a lever located on the dashboard. Question 11. What do the two systems of a dual air brake system share? Option A, hoses. Option B, an air compressor. Option C, air tanks. The correct answer is option B, an air compressor. Explanation: both systems in a dual air brake system share a single air compressor. If the air compressor is damaged, neither system will be able to operate properly. Question 12. Do not operate a vehicle if any brake drums have cracks that are larger than blank of the width of the friction area. Option A, 1/2. Option B, 1/3. Option C, 1/5. The correct answer is option A, 1/2. Explanation: before beginning a trip, it is important to check the brake drums during your walk-around inspection. It is unsafe to drive if any brake drum has a crack more than 1/2 of the width of the friction area. Question 13. What kind of force do emergency brakes use? Option A, air pressure. Option B, mechanical. Option C, heavy. The correct answer is option B, mechanical. Explanation: air brakes are really three different braking systems: the service brake, the parking brake, and the emergency brake. Emergency and parking brakes are applied with mechanical force. Question 14. Brake linings should be: Option A, loose. Option B, free of oil. Option C, soft. The correct answer is option B, free of oil. Explanation: brake linings should not be loose or soaked with oil or grease. They shouldn't be dangerously thin. Question 15. Truck tractors with air brakes built on or after March 1, 1997 must have: Option A, an anti-lock braking system ABS. Option B, Bluetooth. Option C, a GPS. The correct answer is option A, an anti-lock braking system ABS. Explanation: truck tractors with air brakes built on or after March 1, 1997 and other vehicles with air brakes built on or after March 1, 1998 must be equipped with anti-lock brakes. Question 16. If the safety relief valve in an air brake system is releasing air: Option A, you should not be concerned as this is a normal process. Option B, there is something wrong with the brakes. Option C, the valve is operational. The correct answer is option B, there is something wrong with the brakes. Explanation: the safety relief valve in an air brake system releases air if necessary to prevent pressure in the system from becoming too high. If the valve starts releasing air, there is something wrong. Have a mechanic fix the problem. Question 17. If air pressure drops to a level between blank, a visual low pressure warning signal should have already activated. Option A, 55 and 75 psi. Option B, 80 and 95 psi. Option C, 65 and 100 psi. The correct answer is option A, 55 and 75 psi. Explanation: a visual low pressure warning signal should activate before air pressure drops to a level between 55 and 75 psi. This signal could be a light, a buzzer, or a wigwag. Question 18. To ensure normal stopping power, drivers of vehicles equipped with a front brake limiting valve should: Option A, set the control to normal. Option B, set the control to the off position. Option C, set the control to the neutral position. The correct answer is option A, set the control to normal. Explanation: some older vehicles have front brake limiting valves with normal and slippery settings. Setting a brake limiting valve to slippery reduces the vehicle's stopping power, so a driver should make sure the valve is in its normal position. Front wheel braking has proven to be effective in all driving conditions. Question 19. During an inspection, slack adjusters on S-cam brakes should not move more than Option A, 1 foot. Option B, 1 centimeter. Option C, 1 inch. The correct answer is option C, 1 inch. Explanation. Check each slack adjuster after parking on level ground, setting wheel chocks, and disengaging the parking brake. Pull the slack adjusters to make sure they do not move more than about 1 inch from where the push rod is attached. If they move more than 1 inch, they may be out of adjustment and will need to be fixed. Question 20. The air compressor is connected to the Option A, transmission. Option B, engine. Option C, radiator. The correct answer is option B, engine. Explanation. The air compressor of an air brake system is connected to the engine through gears or a V-belt. The compressor may be air-cooled or cooled by the engine cooling system. Question 21. An application pressure gauge shows Option A, how much air pressure is being applied to the brakes. Option B, how much air pressure is available. Option C, how much air pressure is required to stop a vehicle. The correct answer is option A, how much air pressure is being applied to the brakes. Explanation. If a vehicle is equipped, an application pressure gauge shows how much air pressure is being applied to the brakes. This gauge can help a driver identify if their brakes are beginning to fade. Question 22. Using an anti-lock braking system ABS. Option A is required in some states. Option B shortens brake response time. Option C provides additional control. The correct answer is option C, provides additional control. Explanation. The anti-lock braking system ABS helps to provide additional control during hard braking, but does not necessarily shorten a vehicle's stopping distance. Question 23. A low air pressure warning signal. Option A is not recommended on vehicles with air brakes. Option B is required on vehicles with air brakes. Option C is optional on vehicles with air brakes. The correct answer is option B, is required on vehicles with air brakes. Explanation. Any vehicle with air brakes must be equipped with a low air pressure warning signal. Question 24. Failing to drain air tanks could result in Option A, water accumulations freezing and causing brake failure. Option B, squishy brakes. Option C, too much air collecting in the tanks. The correct answer is option A, water accumulations freezing and causing brake failure. Explanation. In an air brake system, the air tanks must be periodically drained to remove accumulations of water and compressor oil. If water is not removed, it could freeze in cold weather and cause brake failure. Question 25. If using spring brakes when hauling a heavy load, a complete stop will Option A be impossible. Option B take a long time. Option C take a short amount of time. The correct answer is option B, take a long time. Explanation. Spring brakes do not work on all axles. If your vehicle's spring brakes activate due to low pressure in an air brake system, your vehicle will need a longer distance to stop than usual, especially if you are carrying a heavy load.